Hey, what's up, you guys? I will be doing a reading today, and this reading will be focusing on all signs, but I will specify as we get along for each sign. I think I want to categorize it by elemental sign, so fire signs, water signs, air signs, earth signs, all that good stuff. Okay, so while I do this, um, if anything pops up, any important messages or side messages or urgent messages that the our spirit team needs us to hear, I will include that as well. I hope everyone's been good. I hope the rain here in Southern California hasn't been too much of a nuisance. I know the time change with what happened recently. It's getting darker now, a lot quicker. I hope that doesn't affect your mental health because that can definitely be very gloomy. It can make you feel very depressed. Not make you not want to go out, even though it's like 6 p.m. It'll feel like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. The day may feel a little shorter, right? But we're here. We're making the best of it. I hope any problems that you have will be solved cohesively, smoothly, and for the benefit of all for any situations that you're in. Overall, I think, despite everything that has been going on, all the chaos, in the world, in our government, and our daily lives, we're doing okay. We're we're taking it day by day, step by step, hour by hour, minute by minute. And we're here and we're doing the best that we can, and we should be okay with that. So, alrighty, let's get into the readings. So, this reading, I think I want to start with fire signs. So, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I feel like not a lot of people know their rising signs, so I'm just gonna specify sun signs. Um, so if you're an Aries sun, Leo sun, or Sagittarius sun, then this reading will be for you. Okay? Okay, my guides, my angels, my protectors, any and everyone who is here to guide me down the right path for the collective, and anyone who I'm here to specifically read for. Sorry about that. It's my dog. I don't know what it is, but every single freaking time that I'm gonna do a reading, the dogs start barking. It's annoying, but I feel like there's a reason for that. Okay, they're still barking. It's genuinely kind of crazy because it's literally every single time that I'm about to start a reading. Not to be freaked out or anything, but I'm feeling like an energy being outside. Because, okay, my door is right here. Hold on. Okay, I literally freaking started the reading because I was like, oh, like, they're asleep, they haven't barked at all for any reason, so I'm gonna start. And literally, the second I'm freaking starting, all of a sudden, they want to go crazy. I don't know. I feel like when I'm doing these readings, I'm genuinely calling out to something, and it's showing up. I literally think there's an energy showing up. I don't know what energy it is. It doesn't feel malicious, but it does feel apparent. Okay, I don't know what that was. They kind of calmed down, so whether they did or didn't, I think I'm just gonna go for it because what's the point of? Because literally, it's been like the third time already. This is gonna be the fourth time that they do that, and it's frustrating. But as always, I'm divinely protected. You are divinely protected by the divine white light of Source, and your spirit guides, your spirit team are always looking out for you. You just gotta pay attention. So I'm just gonna continue, and I have my incense burning, dragon's blood incense. So let's see. We said fire signs, right? Aries sun, Leo sun, Sagittarius sun. What is the message, spirit? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, I got like a chill in the center of my chest. It's giving heart chakra. Here we freaking go. Okay. So we have here the Magician, the Devil, and the Ace of Pentacles. Somewhat of a conflicting energy with new adventures, but then we have the energy of being tied down or being chained to something. And then we have the energy of new beginnings with new prosperities, new offers, new opportunities in the physical world. So maybe a new job, a new salary. I don't know why I'm getting that. A new salary, a new offer, a new contract, even, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn type of stuff. So Saturn, like contracts, a new mentality of living your life throughout the world, right? So I feel like for fire signs here, we have this energy of needing to let go of past addictions, or things that are kind of tying us down in order to embark in this new energy. Also, I'm also reading it in a way of like, in order for this new journey that you're gonna be starting, um, you're gonna be dealing with your addictions, your issues, your the things you can't really let go of. Overall, it's really like a conflicting energy of back and forth, back and forth. Like, here's a new opportunity to grow, yet here's something that's holding me back from growing. I think in general, the Ace of Pentacles really gives us a bit of hope, with the sense like, despite whatever you may be feeling, or whatever inner conflicts you may be kind of going through in your mind, as far as like, is this possible for me to grow? Like, am I holding myself back? Like, blah blah blah, whatever. Is this are these drugs, hindering my growth? Is this person hindering my growth? It can be all types of addictions, right? Is my mental health, my addiction to stress, my addiction to sadness, my depression kind of really holding me back? Because plenty of people are depressed but are still successful, right? So I don't want to say it's not an excuse, but it shouldn't be something that really should hold you back. It is an obstacle though, and it is something that we must fight through. But with the Ace of Pentacles here, I think there's a future of new opportunities that you have to look forward to. What that new opportunity is, I'm gonna look into. Clarity on the Ace of Pentacles, please, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, speaking of hope, we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Star, and we have the World. Once again, with the new kind of conflicting energy. Oh, the Star, another confirmation of hope, something to look forward to, holding on to like our hopes and dreams in order to keep going down this path of new adventures, of the unknown, of the risks that we know we have to pursue and overcome, because we don't know the future. We go, well, not we, but fire signs. You got, well, yeah. Sorry, everybody. We all go through these types of adventures every day. Every day is an adventure. We never know what the day is gonna bring, and it's always something that we have to be prepared that things can always change. Things can be abruptly go for the best or for the worst. That's the energy of Uranus in the Fool, right? The energy of abrupt change, sudden changes. But with the Wheel of Fortune here, this is very divinely guided. This offer that will be coming towards you, this new opportunity. I think you're also gonna be very, very aware of how how great of an opportunity this is. This isn't something that is going to be kind of like, it's not going to be something that you kind of have to wrap your mind around in order to really accept as a good thing. It's going to be a good thing. It'll be very obvious to you. And then with the world here, I feel like there is something you're going to have to let go of in order for you to pursue this. There's going to be an end to a situation that will be required of you to cut it off. How you cut it off, I would say, don't burn your bridges. So if it's like a job, don't leave like with negative intentions. Um, don't leave with anger you know, um, or don't leave a bad taste in the person's mouth of your employer, I guess you can say. Um, things like that. However, with the star here, I kind of want to get a little bit more clarity. The star tells us hope. It's ruled by Aquarius, and then with the Wheel of Fortune giving Aquarius as well, along with Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. I feel like you have Aquarius, a heavy Aquarius influence, um, in your chart for you in general, or this opportunity will come in during Aquarius season. And I think that's in February. So maybe something will happen around February. So kind of keep an eye out for that. Overall, it's very much a sense of endings and beginnings. Out with the old, in with the new. The good and the bad. This very sense of duality is very much the focus here, and I think Spirit really wants you to be aware of that, despite whatever negative situations or feelings or inner turmoils that you may be feeling. There's still plenty to look forward to, and they're gonna make sure that you see that. So I'll end the reading there, and this is an exciting reading, but it's also very, I don't know why the word sketchy came up. It's also very unnerving, because you never know what these opportunities are going to require of you to do. Like I said, are you going to have to end a contract, or are you going to have to move on to a new better position, but leaving behind people that you really get along with, or things like that, just things that you really have to keep in mind, that with endings, there's always going to be a sense of sadness, but just because it feels sad, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. There's still a lot to look forward to. Yeah, so I'll leave it at that, and yeah, take care. I hope the reading resonates. If February comes around and you want to leave a little comment, be like, oh my god, yeah, this totally happened, I got a new job, I actually moved, or something, like whatever it is for the better. I hope it turns out well for you. So take care. Hey, we're going to be doing a reading for Earth signs. I'm going to go with Earth. So that's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, specifically sun signs. So if you are a Taurus sun, a Virgo sun, or a Capricorn sun, then this reading will be meant for you. If it resonates, even better. If you feel like it's not really a message for you, that's fine as well. Let's see what Spirit has in store for us. If you hear any barking in the background, please ignore that, because my dogs are going crazy. I had mentioned in the other videos, like, I don't know why, but every single time I start a video, there they go. It's always something. I don't know. I feel I am calling upon Spirit and my spirit guides and my spirit team. So I don't know if there's like a shift in energy that they sense, but they were fine before we even started, and all of a sudden they're just blah, 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 blah. So, but I hope that doesn't affect your ability to hear this message, or your ability to really resonate with what you need to hear, is what I meant to say. Sorry. Okay, so Taurus suns, Virgo suns, Capricorn suns, what is the message, my spirit guides, my spirit team, our archangels? As always, we are divinely protected. No negative energy is allowed in this reading. What is the message for the sun signs of Earth? Thank you. Okay. Ooh, we got a lot of cards here. Interesting. So we have here the Eight of Swords, the World, the King of Swords, the Four of Cups, and the Two of Cups. The Eight of Swords tells us that you are in an energy of stuck. Um, Even hiding yourself from the reality of the truth, feeling very much blinded, or forcing yourself to not see the truth of the situation that you're in, binding yourself to your own false realities. That will be coming to an end with the world following that. And the reason that will come to an end is because a harsh truth will be headed your way. About a person is what I'm getting. This person, I'm getting a masculine energy is going to give you this truth. So not necessarily a man, but someone who has a very authoritative, maybe even aggressive or blunt type of mentality or way of communicating will be telling you this truth. This truth will probably involve a lot of isolation. It will involve a sense of dread, a sense of unhappiness about a person that you are emotionally tied to. And that is because the Four of Cups is followed by the Two of Cups. Four of Cups means apathy, but this image gives off more sadness. Um, I feel like your fantasies will be crushed. Sounds harsh, but it also sounds necessary. I feel like you're not allowing yourself to really see the real truth about a certain person. And I feel like Spirit is going to try to intervene in some way. And in order for them to intervene, someone is going to have to give you a reality check in your real life. Um, I can also read it another way, in the sense that the Eight of Swords tells us that you are blinded to the truth of someone who has no emotions for you. This person thinks of you but doesn't feel for you. This person is very good at communicating, but this person is not good at expressing emotion. Because they don't express emotion, you're allowing yourself falsely to falsely rely on the words that they tell you, but blinding yourself to the emotional disconnect that is there. It's kind of like, yeah, maybe he's not emotionally fully there, but at least he tells me all these nice things, or at least she tells me all these nice things. At least this person tells me how they validate you and your insecurities by what they tell you, but emotionally, and even I would even say physically, they don't show it. They don't show it through their actions. They just tell you the nice things that you want to hear. And I think that's going to involve a shattering of that illusion with these people, with this person. So I feel like for some of you, someone's going to tell you that, and for you, you're going to have to realize it on your own in some type of way. So that can go both ways. That's kind of how I'm reading it. And then we have Two of Swords here kind of following everything. So Two of Swords tells us this inability to make a decision. I feel like you're feeling stuck, but being okay with being stuck because at least it's not an ending. But I think an ending is necessary. Let me get a little clarity on the Two of Cups. What is this emotional bond that you have with this person? Let's see. Six of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. So the Two of Cups, an emotional connection, a newer emotional connection, not something that's very solidified, up in the air kind of thing. This is somebody who you feel like is helping you transition or helping you come into a new space of peace for yourself. So you may feel like this person is helping you in some type of way. They may even be providing money to you financially, or they may be helping you out in your financial matters in some type of way. So money is involved in this connection, but I feel like you yourself, I think you're trying to hold on to whatever they can provide for you in some type of way, because it's, at least it's stable, even if it's not fully what you want or fully what you deserve. It's kind of like, I'll hold on to what I can get. And with the Six of Swords here, it's kind of like this is moving towards a calmer waters. But with the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like you are relying on the benefits to kind of push you towards calmer waters. This connection is really heavily, it's not really heavily dependent on love, but it's more dependent on benefits. Like, what can you provide for me? And as long as whatever you can provide for me, as long as you keep providing it, then I'll be fine. Like, I'll accept with whatever you can give me, and I'll take what I can get. I think Spirit really wants you to be aware of the fact that this is gonna come to an end. Not necessarily the situation itself or the connection, but this certain mentality that you're surrounded by, of being okay with the delusion that everything is okay. That's gonna come to an end. Let me get a little clarity on the world. Thank you, Spirit. Clarity on the world, just to see what exactly is coming to an end. I have a headache. Not necessarily a headache, but oh my god, one of these cards wants to come out, but it doesn't come out. Clarity on the world, Spirit, thank you. There you are. The Queen of Cups. An end to a person who has strong emotions. I feel like that's you. I feel like the feminine in the situation, the sensitive one, the submissive one, the caring one, the empathetic one, that's going to come to an end. Those feelings of nurture and empathy for this person are going to come to an end, because it's like your feelings are going to get cut off, because that King of Swords is following the world, and what the King of Swords is saying, like, this is the truth. Don't read into more than what it is. And the truth is, we just benefit from each other. If you're okay with that, fine, but you shouldn't be okay with that, despite telling yourself and lying to yourself and saying you're okay with it. I'll leave it at that. So Spirit just wants you to be aware of the connection that you're in that involves benefits in some type of way, specifically financial, but it could be other things like a place to live in, or a provider or something like that. Someone who provides for you is going to come to an end, because despite the connection that you have and how much you're benefiting from it, it's not doing you any good. Yeah. And your emotions are getting the best of you, even though you're lying yourself and saying you're not. So, yeah. All right. So I hope the message resonated, and I hope it was clear. And take care of yourself, and listen to whatever it is your own spirit guides are telling you on a day-to-day basis. Watch out for those signs, watch out for those synchronicities, watch out for those messages from in music, in signs, and in TV shows and movies and all that stuff. When something hits you and you're like, I should really pay attention to that, that's for a reason. All right. So take care. Hello. This reading will be for air signs. So, air signs, how y'all doing? Hope y'all are doing okay. Specifically air sun signs. So, Aquarius sun, Gemini sun, Libra sun. Let's see what Spirit has for you today. What message do you need to hear? I hope the message resonates if you do hear the whole thing. If it doesn't, then that's okay as well. Not every message is for everyone. And we're going to get into it. So let me just shuffle a little bit more. It is currently like 11:25 at night. It's been a while since I've done like a full like in mic setup, computer going type of reading. But it feels good, and I hope the message is clear. I ask for guidance. I ask for protection during these readings. As always, we're divinely protected. No negative energy is allowed in this reading. The divine light of white light of source is always surrounding me I thought I heard something. As it is surrounding you. So let's get into it. All right, my guides, what message do you have for air signs, air sun signs, Aquarius sun, Gemini sun, and Libra sun? Thank you. Oh, we have Six of Pentacles, Five of Swords, I don't want to say not off to a good start, but definitely doesn't feel very calming. Perfect. King of Pentacles reversed. Oh, sorry, the Queen of Cups and King of Pentacles reversed. And the Tower and Seven of Pentacles. All right. So, a bit of a heavy one. Six of Pentacles. Something is being called for you to pay attention to as far as balance. A priority is not being taken care of. A physical matter like finances or your home or your values even, or just things like that in general that we all go through or we all rely on our everyday lives. It's something is being called to be rebalanced. The sense of like I feel like specific, like I think of a scale like the Libra scale, like something is taking too much of your energy, too much of your money, and too much of your time. And I think with the Five of Swords here, this is causing a lot of mental issues as far as inner turmoils, inner conflicts, feeling very defensive, feeling very exhausted and tired. This sense of like not being comfortable with the decisions that you're making, but feeling like the decisions you're making are necessary despite how much you don't want to make them. With the Queen of Cups here, I feel like this involves a person who is very, very much aware of the emotional intelligence that they have. I feel like this person is taking up a lot of your time. And with that being said, it's like because of how emotionally nurturing they are, or how emotionally smart and intelligent they provide they provide for your life, and how I'm losing my train of thought. I'm so sorry. With how emotionally intelligent they are, they provide a lot of insight for your life. They provide a lot of emotional depth, a lot of benefits to you. You know, this is somebody who you have a lot of care for, but they're taking up too much of your time. And I think with the King of Pentacles reverse, it's starting to affect your money. It's starting to affect your ability to be a stable, grounded individual. Almost like you're becoming dependent on them. And with this Queen of Cups here, I feel like this is somebody who is very... I'm getting mother, so this could be a mother figure or a very, very maternal figure. Somebody who you can you have respect for because of how emotionally connected you are to this person. But financially, you're being a bit drained with your finances or with even your values too. It's almost like your ability to be an independent, um, I don't know why the word non-committal came up, to be an independent, free, reliable person is starting to affect you, and it's painting a new picture of somebody who doesn't have their stuff together, who doesn't have their mind in the correct space and their priorities straight. And with the Tower here, followed by the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like there's gonna be a big shift as to what you're investing your energy in. It's gonna be abrupt, it's gonna be sudden, and it's also gonna be very chaotic. But who it's gonna be chaotic for, we're gonna find out. Who is gonna feel the most? I'm asking my spirit guides. Who is gonna feel the most chaos in this situation when the Tower comes in? The High Priestess and the Ace of Swords. So the it's ruled by the moon. So I'm getting like the motherly figure that I was mentioning. The person, the High Priestess will feel it the most, which is ruled by the moon, which is also ruled by Cancer. So this person could be a Cancer, or this person is very, very highly intuitive. Whoever's the most intuitive between you and this other person will feel it the most. With the Ace of Swords here, this Tower moment will be affecting the truth of the reality of your situations as well. I feel like there's a hidden truth that has been brewing underneath your situation, whether it's resentment, whether it's lies, whether it's false hopes, false truths, false ideas. The sense of truth will be coming to light, and the truth will be a big part of the reason why this Tower moment and this chaos will erupt. And with the Seven of Pentacles, what is the energy that you are supposed to put into? The Nine of Cups, yourself, your own self-satisfaction, your own happiness. Oh. The Ten of Wands. Clarity on the Ten of Wands, please, Spirit. Thank you. The Eight of Cups. Okay. So you're going to have to be able to literally be okay with going through the process of grief, stress, and letting go. For your own happiness. I think Spirit is very aware of the fact how much of a selfless person you are. You don't like to take advantage of others. You don't like to mistreat others who have treated you well. You like to pay it forward in some type of way, or pay it back, or show your appreciation. And Spirit is very aware of that. Sorry. Spirit is very aware of that. But at some point, you do have to put yourself first. And I think Spirit is saying, like, putting your own happiness despite the stress and the requirement of letting things go. Putting yourself first is not a bad thing. It's never a bad thing. Putting yourself first above others when it's necessary is sometimes what you have to do, despite what others will make you feel. I feel like this person is very emotionally manipulative, or you may feel manipulated by the emotional connection that you have towards this person. They may not be a bad person, but this energy of being like, I'm a priority and I will always be maintained as a priority is a requirement, is just not true. Sometimes priorities change, and sometimes some things do need to be put on hold because a certain time in your life is calling for more of your time, more of your energy. And if you can't give it that, it's gonna fall apart. I think your finances and just your stability is being asked for more help, and I feel like this person is taking up a lot of your energy to do that. So I think putting yourself first for a while, that's a very much a King of Pentacles energy, but they do it in a very conservative, smart, intelligent, wise, grounded way. And you can do that, but you actually have to do the putting of yourself first. So I think Spirit is just saying, like, whatever energies or whatever commitments you have committed to, if they're able to be put on the back end for a little bit, to put your stuff first, your stability first, your mental health, your stability, your groundedness, your finances first for at least a little bit, then do it. But it's very important that you do realize that a sense of balance does need to be restored. So I'll leave it at that and take care. I hope the message resonated and I hope everything works out for you. Hello, my water signs, my Cancers, my Scorpios, my Pisces. We are going to be doing a reading, a little check-in with Spirit, your spirit guides, my spirit guides, and see what exactly needs to be addressed for the moment. I hope everyone's doing okay. I think we currently went through a transit with Scorpio being ruled by Mars, or Mars transiting Scorpio and Mercury being conjunct it. So I'm sure recently we've had some crazy stuff, and now we had Mercury and Mars and Sagittarius. So we're going through shifts in our idealisms, in our philosophies, in our transformations, in our inner knowledge, all that stuff, right? Our subconscious. But what exactly does Spirit need you to address? What do you need to focus on? My Cancer sun, Scorpio suns, Pisces suns, we're going to find out. Thank you, my guides. As always, I am divinely protected. No negative energy is allowed in this reading. You know what? I'm sorry. Let me reshuffle this. I feel like that didn't feel right. Justice. The Two of Pentacles. The King of Swords. Okay. Whoa, that's a lot of cards. But I have done that where I've said, hey, too many cards, and then Spirit says, well, damn, here's no cards. How about that? So I'm very grateful for the cards you've given me, my Spirit guides. Thank you. All right. So let's get into it. Justice, the energy of Libra, the energy of fairness, equality, balance, followed by the Two of Pentacles. That tells us Two of Pentacles will be getting the sense of equality, of rebalance. Our priorities, our values, our beliefs, our finances, our money will be rechecked and rebalanced. The King of Swords, followed by the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like your mental health was also going to be a bit more rebalanced as well. With the King of Swords here, this tells us somebody who's very witty, intelligent, and mentally grounded, and is able to use the wisdom and knowledge that they have of the world and themselves to the best of their ability. Followed by the Wheel of Fortune, that tells us a sense of hope, the sense of good luck, because it's ruled by Jupiter. And with Jupiter following the King of Swords, I think we're going to be very much in a very clear state of mind the next, I don't want to say the next few days, but for our energy, our ability to overcome mental conflicts will be easier. Our ability to be more mentally clear, mentally focused. We'll be a lot stronger. It's gonna be restored. I feel like we've been a little out of the loop. I'm feeling a bit, not to the best of our ability, and that's okay. But I think spirit is aware of the universal influence that the energies can be affecting us, and I think we're gonna be coming out of that for a bit. With the world here, there's gonna be an ending as well. What that ending is will be the Ten of Hearts, which is basically the Ten of Cups. Um, I think an ending and a new beginning towards our genuine happiness, because the world is end of cycles and beginning of new cycles, right? Especially with it followed by the Six of Swords. I feel like our happiness is gonna be involved in heading towards calmer waters in our mind, calmer waters in our peace, our environments, and also our way of thinking. And then with the Empress here, that also tells us we're gonna be very much in a sense of appreciation, appreciation for the beauty that is surrounding us every day. Um, I feel like some of us might be feeling a little more green. I always associate the Empress with nature, because it's ruled by Taurus and Libra because of Venus. Taurus, the energy of the earth, the energy of food, the energy of beauty with Libra, the energy of commerce with Libra, the energy of fairness and balance, right? And I think overall, we're just going to feel very empowered. We're going to be feeling very fertile with ideas, very hopeful with our goals, with our dreams, and with our manifestations. Even I feel like we're gonna want to really create our environments and our futures, and this energy that we're going to be feeling, this boost of energy, is going to be very helpful to us. It's going to be very essential to overcome the kind of, I don't want to say darkness, but the downside to our negative sides of our mental health, all right? So we're going to be getting a bit of a boost, an energetic boost is what I'm getting. We have here the Tower followed by the Empress. I think the Empress tells us that despite all the good stuff, there is going to be a sudden change that involves um, that is going to be involved in our lives. And this sudden change, as always, it's going to be like a sense of chaos, a sense of a shift that will be very abrupt, but because of how good we're gonna be feeling and how strong and how mentally focused we'll be, I feel like we're not gonna feel it as severely as how we're feeling now. Very very down, very like unmotivated. I feel like spirit is very much like, despite how good you may be feeling, your situations, your environments are gonna go through a sense of a tower moment. So structures will be restructured, because in order for it to be restructured, it has to come down. Um, we have the star here, so that's hope as well, and the Six of Wands and the Sun. So these structures that are going to come down, it's going to be very based on our humanitarian values and our hopes and our goals and our dreams and our star power. With the star overall, that tells us this energy of like our ability to shine like a bright light, right? So despite the darkness or whatever chaos we're gonna be feeling, there's gonna be a sense of victory for us, a sense of being a light for others who need to be guided, right? For needing to be shown the way, shown the light, shown that in darkness, light will always be there. We are going to be that light for a certain people throughout the sense of chaos and the tower moment that we're going to be going through. And followed by the sun here. The sun is telling us, like, you're very much going to be a sense of warmth, a light, a source of warmth is what I meant to say, a source of light and a source of hope for certain people, and even a source of truth. I feel like despite whatever chaos we may have to endure, because we're going to be feeling so good, it's going to be very beneficial for others. I feel like right now others will be a focus for us. What we can provide for others, what we can do for others, how we can be beneficial to others in our own way without being too without being, I don't want to say taken advantage of, but without being too relied upon, I guess you can say. And I think just being ourselves and being showing that energetic boost that we're going to be feeling to the world in some whatever way we can will be very beneficial to others. So it's almost like we're going to be the shining light throughout the dark situations that we may be facing. And I feel like something that I think of is the Batman with Robert Pattinson. When he comes out of the shadows and is the light, he's no longer shadow. He's the light that guides all those who were affected at the end of the movie with he was the light showing them the way towards the exit, towards survival. And I feel like we're going to be Batman, like we're going to be the ones who are going to have to do that for others. Yeah, I think that's kind of the sense that I'm getting. Let's get a little more clarity on the Tower moment and see what exactly this chaos is going to be about. What is the Tower moment going to be on? The Princess of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. I think the Princess of Pentacles. Let me double check my guidebook. I always forget which one that is. Prince of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is always a slow moving card, very slow, very deliberate, but takes its time. With the Two of Wands here, this is an energy of taking action, an energy of creating a blueprint or a plan in order to continue following, not following, how would I say it? A Two of Wands tells me that this is like a plan in order to pursue control. So we have the Ace of Wands, right? Then we have the Two of Wands, which is Mars and Aries. And then we have the Three of Wands and then the Four of Wands. So Two of Wands is planning, Three of Wands is building, Four of Wands is completion. So it's kind of like you completed what you've set your mind to. So the Two of Wands is very much a sense of sorry, I'm looking at the cards. I think the Tower moment will definitely be focused on the slow progress that you haven't been able to, that you haven't really been able to really bring to fruition. That despite how slow you've been working on certain things, on certain financial matters, on certain projects that you've had on the side, they've been very slow moving. And I feel like this Tower moment will definitely be involving your progress, your ability to take it from planning to creating. This certain step of like, okay, now you've already planned what you need to do. This Tower moment is going to be about you putting in the work to actually start building, And I think it's very much a sense of like slow moving, no more. You're going to be put into action. No more thinking about what's going to happen. Now it's going to happen, and you're going to have to deal with what's going to happen despite how it comes, come hell or high water is what I'm getting. Let me get a little more clarity on the Two of Wands. So whatever passion projects you've been working on, they're going to be coming into play here. things that I feel like are not exactly a priority, they're going to be made into a priority. The Queen of Wands. Yeah. So you're no longer just going to be thinking about it. This is going to be an action, a time of like, okay, be the Queen of Wands. Be the person who is going to be aggressively approaching their dreams, pursuing their desires, pursuing their passions, pursuing their goals by relying on their fire to keep them going, Clarity on the Two of Wands as well. Another card, please. Thank you. And I think by doing so, it's going to trigger the Star and the Six of Wands. Like, you're going to be victorious in this if you put in the work correctly. And then we have the Six of Pentacles and Death. Six of Pentacles is rebalance, restoring your priorities in a equal way, and then Death, which is transformation. So this is definitely on par with the Tower, which is ruled by Mars, and then Death is ruled by Scorpio, which traditionally is ruled by Mars. Yeah, this sense of very much like an end is coming. So an end to slow progress, an end to only thinking about your plans is coming, and now it's going to be time to be put into action and doing what you need to do in order to grow in whatever passion projects you're working on. Yeah, so Spirit is very much like, get ready because you won't be put to work. But for the better for everyone and for you. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope the message resonated, and take care.